Hey, crypto community. Hello, good day, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are, wherever you are. Hope you fantastic day today and you're feeling amazing. So let's get starting the today news about crypto. What's happening in the crypto world? Is this dump over or it's just hitting? So if you see my screen, that you can check that most of the coins pumped today, but now they turn red and the prices started to declining. Few of the tokens are green. Most of the tokens went turned to red. So let's see what's happened in the past 1 week. You see that in the past 1 week, more than 30, 40, uh, sometimes 50% drops. And so the consolidation is not over. The correction is just, it seems to be stuck. But let's go into the daily news and see what's happening outside. And let's get this crypto. So our first news is about the SEC and the ETFs. You might know that a lot of ETFs are requested and submitted to the SEC, and the SEC just observing and collecting some information, learning the market and seeing what's happening. But in Canada, in Australia, in Brazil, in Germany, and in Switzerland, there are several Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin ETFs already out there. And ETFs would be really important for the market because then mainstream people, retail investors can enter the market with more confidence because the company behind the ETF would provide a custody and would provide everything for a good product. So, and now one of the Bitcoin ETF contender hired an SEC former chairman, so to get advice that how to start these ETFs and how to submit it to the SEC. And yeah, so he's just helping to prepare this application. So this is River Asset Management, and River Asset Management is the latest company to file an application to the SEC for a carbon neutral Bitcoin ETF. So it's really important, carbon neutral Bitcoin ETF. So it seems to be that this renewable energy and carbon neutral things became really important. But we already know that a lot of other banks and financial institutions already submitted their application to the SEC, and we'll see. I think if SEC will approve these ETFs, maybe it will not just approve one, but should approve several of them because there will be a really good competition on the market. But I doubt that the past few weeks dump in Bitcoin price that started with the Elon Musk FUD and China FUD, and this sharp price drop, this is not helping the SEC to approve these ETF requests. Okay, so next piece of news. We know that the consensus conference is not going on. I have been 2 times on consensus, so it's really this is one of the biggest crypto event out there in New York. And now Ray Dalio on consensus told that I have some Bitcoin. And you know, Ray Dalio, the billionaire hedge fund boss, sees as inflationary future where cash is trash. So cash, the existing US dollar, is cash, and Bitcoin catches on as a store of wealth. So he sees that the fiat money became some inflationary thing, and it's becoming cash. and he see Bitcoin and also gold as a store of value. But Ray Dalio doubts governments will tolerate it or not. So we will see. But it's quite interesting because Ray Dalio is the head, one of the biggest hedge fund out there. So this hedge fund manages the highest amounts of capital on the market, and also other hedge funds are following what they are doing and what they are saying about the market. So it's really important as we see Ray Dalio entering Bitcoin. I remember when Ray Dalio in Davos 2 years ago just thought that Bitcoin is nothing. It's not an asset or anything, and just gold and fiat money and all other traditional stuff that can be counted as a monetary basis or store of value. But now he turned his mind and he has some Bitcoin for sure. So let's piece of news. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs loves Bitcoin. And Goldman Sachs says Bitcoin is now considered as investable asset. Clients are treating BTC as new asset class. So there was a report, an insider report that came out from Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs sees that Bitcoin is an asset class. It's not just an asset in a commodity or in a stock or in a bond or whatever. It's a separate asset class that Bitcoin and crypto represents. So, and also he's referring to clients and beyond that are largely treating it a new asset class, which is notable. It's not on that we get to witness the emergence of new asset class. So I think it's really bullish that Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest investment bank, considers Bitcoins as an investable asset and an asset class. So I think it's quite important. And also we have other news that it seems to be that Goldman Sachs is really working on to enter crypto and provide services to its users. This is the short document from Goldman Sachs. You can check it on their website. So crypto as new asset class, and as you see several names like Michael Novogratz from Galaxy. Michael Novogratz was a former Goldman Sachs employee, a hedge fund manager at Goldman Sachs, and other Grayscale, Michael Sonnenschein, and other professionals that they contributed to this report. Also, we do have here Nouriel Rubini, who is not a big Bitcoin fan, but maybe he shared some good stuff and good thoughts about his argument. So Goldman Sachs calls crypto a new asset class, marking major shift in tone. It's also the same news, but from the different media. And I think we will see other Wall Street banks to enter crypto. We know that Morgan Stanley also submitted his application for the ETF. JP Morgan offering clients crypto services and advising them to put some percentage of their wealth in Bitcoin and crypto. So we will see more and more banks coming out. And also 2 weeks ago, there was a news that US banks will provide bank accounts, a kind of crypto accounts to clients with time. Okay, next piece of news. Crypto lending platform accidentally sends users millions of dollars in Bitcoin. This lending platform was BlockFi, and it was an accident that BlockFi wanted to send 700 BTC as a bonus payment for a couple of clients, and they sent so they wanted to send 700 GUSD, but they sent 700 BTC. So they mismatched the GUSD with BTC, and they sent 700 BTC, and it's worth 25 million US dollars. So it's really it's really yeah. So this news is yeah, it's absolutely crazy because if you would get this 7 BTC, I don't know what would you do with it. You would run and just go to purchase a private island and move there, or you would just, okay, I will return to you, or I will return, but please give me let's say 20% of this, since I'm a good person, just sending back all the funds for you. So also I think maybe the regulatory bodies should check BlockFi if there is some there is some workflow that it's not correct, or what can cause that they are sending out this amount of BTC and so huge amounts are not stored on a cold wallet or multi-sig wallet or whatever, because it's really insane that sending hundreds of millions to clients accidentally. Next piece of news. Cardano sees largest weekly inflows from institutional managers. And we know that Cardano will launch its mainnet in the next few months, and more projects will move to Cardano. Also, they are working on the Ethereum bridge to provide ERC20 tokens to bridge to Cardano. So there are huge expectations, and also there was a fund because the Bitcoin energy consumption, and Charles Hoskinson came out that Cardano is a proof of stake projects and there is no energy consumption. So we see, I think it's quite interesting, and even if Bitcoin is turning to a bear market, that we can see smart contracts like Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, BNB, Matic, layer 2 solutions that increasing and growing because they really have network effect, and also new users will using these new networks, and also DeFi will use these networks. Cardano saw the largest inflows of 10 million, which may represent investors actively choosing proof-of-stake coins based on environmental consideration. So I'm not sure because the environmental consideration, but maybe because the expectation that this by the rumor, said the news that the mainnet launch will happen soon. Cardano price technical breakout sets hour for 60% rally, eyeing 2.2 US dollar. So Cardano rebounds at support 1.1 US dollar as bulls gaze at ultimate swing to 2.2. A falling wedge pattern formation could place ADA on a formidable path to recovery. So let's check this pattern. So this is the falling wedge, and we see that ADA just broke out from this falling wedge, and the high of this wedge just estimate 50% upside. And also, let's say we have this is the 50, this is the 100, and this is the 200 moving average averages, and also these are supports. So these are resistance and these are supports here, and also the upper trend line of the wedge is a kind of support here around 1.4, and the lower trend line of the wedge is a kind of support. If the price falling back, that also it should be acting as a support, or we'll see. Yeah, the same numbers that just I mentioned. The next piece of news: Bitcoin whales accumulate 122,500 Bitcoin amid latest market mayhem. Yeah, mayhem, it's an interesting word. Yeah. So the most influential holders bought the dip during the last week crash. And also we have some data from Glassnode and Morgan Crack Digital, Antonio Pompliano. And these whales purchased almost 122,000 BTC during the height of the market crash on Wednesday. So people that were worrying money to invest, they were wiped from the system. Every time we see massive liquidation is a chance to buy. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin and Ethereum retraced the entire drop in a week. So it's said by Kyle Davis, the co-founder of the Free Arrow Capital. So he says that I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin and Ethereum retraced the entire drop in a week. It sounds crazy. We'll see. So a few days from the week just gone. We'll see if we do have further recovery from here. So Russian lawmakers move to allow crypto payments under contracts. As we do know that in Russia also some partial banning on crypto is enforced, and now it seems to be that the State Duma, this is the parliament or the small parliament, are now working on amendments that will permit the use of cryptocurrency as a contractual means of payment. Digital financial assets are regarded as property under Russian law, and the changes will legalize crypto payments between parties to a contract. So it means that people and companies will be allowed to use cryptocurrencies for payments, like accepting for payments and just paying as within some contract, but they will need this contract and some economic situation, a kind of business that they can transfer crypto to each other. So the next piece of news: Bitcoin whales have started buying again while short-term investors book major losses. So with short-term sellers resolving the panic selling, BTC whales are eating into the supplies. The Bitcoin exchanges deposit during the Friday crash were less than during Wednesday crash this week. So less and less retail people depositing Bitcoin to exchanges. So there are less and less Bitcoin out there that these newcomers or retail buyers want to sell. A massive 7.5 billion US dollar in Bitcoin future open interest has been liquidated in the past few hours. So almost 8 billion US dollar worth of Bitcoin futures were liquidated. So really insane numbers. So most of the over leveraged traders just were swiped out from the market, and this liquidation caused a lot of pain to them. Bitcoin investors were sold in May, then bought the dip. So we see that this orange is the investors' whales, then investor whales sell. So we see that investors are selling, so there is an outflow changing in the Bitcoin they are holding. So whales are just selling Bitcoins, and now they purchased Bitcoins, let's say from 18, 19 of May. they acquire 53,000 bitcoins on 19th of May and 20th of May. Quite interesting. Bitcoin inflows to exchanges was really high and started to decline now, and this is the price. Let's see, what do we have from Glassnode? So it was the leveraging of future markets. So this is the almost $8 billion worth future contracts were liquidated, and we see that that was the pre-capitulation and also the past capitulation, that these amounts of contracts were liquidated. Yeah, Tyler Winkler was tweeted that institutions continue buying the dips. Sounds good. Sounds really good. So what's happening here? It's nothing else that Bitcoins from over-leveraged traders and retail investors that they started to panic selling. Bitcoins are just moving to wealth and to strong hands, to diamond hands. Bitcoin gains 6% as Bollinger Bands create eyes, V-shape BTC price bottom. John Bollinger. Okay. On May 2014, the Bollinger Bands creator told traders to stay tuned for a possible lucrative continuation signal on BTC USD. I think this continuation just died out, but we'll see if we do have this. Yeah. Okay, so this would be the W, or what else? Yeah, but I don't see on the chart now W. Funding rates turned to negative, so it's also that the longs were wiped out from leverage trading exchanges. So let's get back to the China FUD. Is this real or what's happening there? So Chinese Bitcoin miners abandon ship ahead of incoming crypto crackdown. So we know that there is a ban from 2013 in China. They are banning crypto trading and exchanges, and also actually mining is allowed, but you have to register and you have certain things to do. So the illegal mining is prohibited in China. And now they just came out with this warning, just reiterating this banning from 2013 and 2016, and the market started to use this news as a FUD, a fear of missing, a fear of uncertainty and doubt, that shocking people and causing panic selling and dropping the price, that the big whales can buying up the corn on a lower price. So this is what happened. Few of Chinese exchanges like OKX and Huobi just stopped and stopped providing few services to mainland China users, and also few miners like BTC Top and others. They just announced that they are moving to US, and I think this is quite dangerous to China because Bitcoin mining is getting something that it's influencing the economy of a country. And if in the country there is a good amount of Bitcoin hash rate and mining capacity, then this country can be really strong financially and economically in the future. But if a country has less hashing power, then I think it can be less competitor in this global competition. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if China would have changed their minds that they want to provide some government company doing minings or government's company doing crypto trading or whatever, because some outflow from China and the miners moving to US or to Europe, it's really healthy to the to Bitcoin, because then Bitcoin will be more centralized. But I wouldn't be surprised if China will face this outflow of miners that will announce some incentive to convince miners to stay in the country, or and also I wouldn't surprise, as they came out with the Chinese digital yuan, that they would offer through a government company some crypto related services. I think maybe they will allow that people can buy some paper Bitcoin, and they will store and custody the real Bitcoin. But we'll see. This is just my assumption, so nothing sure about this, but we'll see. The next piece of news: Litecoin surges 21%. Analyst says ATC could hit 1,000 US dollar in current bull market. Okay. Yeah, this is from Coin Bureau. He's a really good guy on YouTube, so it's worth to follow him. And he's stating that yeah, the foundation token allocation it's less, and also that Litecoin and Bitcoin against Bitcoin hasn't pumped really well until now, and also that the Grayscale Litecoin Trust also buying up Litecoin, and we know that some big companies who are selling crypto to retail people, like PayPal and Robinhood and other things, that other companies, I think that also they are selling Litecoin, and this is what can help to increase Litecoin's price. This is just a short chart, so it's nothing special, because yeah, I think Litecoin was at 300 before, or maybe 400 before this huge dump, so it's really lost of most of its value. Yeah, it's a really good chart, but let's see this. This is about that the stable coin amounts of stable coins on exchanges, and when we see stable coin volumes and increasing on exchanges, then we see Bitcoin price increasing as well. And now we experience that stable coin increased on exchanges, but Bitcoin price dropped. So now we see some turning point here, and maybe it can help to push up the Bitcoin price. So we'll see what's happening in the next few days and weeks. Okay, let's check out what do we have on Twitter. Okay, let's refresh. Yeah, so here's an interesting chart, the money movers. So we see more volume transacted on Ethereum that on Bitcoin. So, and also we see this chart, the volume is starting to flip, Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. So it's quite interesting, and most of this transactions volume is coming from stable coins and DeFi. Yeah, here is the thing that Ray Dalio just told, that I have some Bitcoin. Also, you can check, here is the short video. Yeah, this is a quite interesting chart about different events, what's happening, China banning Bitcoin, China banning Bitcoin, China banning Bitcoin. This was 2013 to 2016, and this chart from 2017 to 2021. So you can find some similarities on this chart, and also when this banning warning just came out. As we check the stock to flow model, you will see that we are already in the range. At upper range is around 30,000 US dollar, and the upper range, the lower range is at 30,000. The upper range is at 120,000 US dollar. So if we stay a few weeks around 30,000, it's okay. But if we stay several months here, that maybe the stock to flow model can break, but hope it will work out well. So we do have another interesting chart that I want to show you, that this happened in 2017, in July 2017, the same week of reaccumulation pattern, and that was the dip. And the dip was after the halving, 372 days after the halving, and the same time the China FUD, that China banning Bitcoin, just also went around, and we see also the same days, so 372 days after the halving, and also China FUD is going around, and we had this big dip at the week of pattern. So let's see, as we do have some interesting chart, but before we are going to check some chart, let's get here and see if you are following our channel. Make sure to follow our channel, because then you will get the notification every day when we are going live, and you will not miss any important news. So be sure first that you are subscribing. This red is subscribe, push the bell all, and also push like, and then you will be notified. Also you can push the share, and you can copy the link, and you can share the link of the video in the social media. Be sure to follow our Telegram channel, to join our Telegram channel. That also you will find information about crypto related things and about CorionX. But I want to show you a few charts that this chart is explaining that outflow from OTC desk wallets increased really well. So it means that a lot of Bitcoins were sent from OTC wallets to whales, almost whales and institutions wallets in this time, and when we experienced this huge drop. This chart shows us that the net realized profit and loss, and we see that we do have some realized loss, and most of this loss coming from retail investors and over leveraged traders. This chart shows us the black line is the Bitcoin price, the orange line is the balances of wallets holding 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoins. And we see that these whales started to sell Bitcoin before the top, when this week of reaccumulation started, and also they sold a huge amount when this drop started, and now they started to buying back some at the low. And this is a quite important, this is from Crypto Banter, show that in the middle, the stronger Bitcoin holders are located, and then the funds, Bitcoin funds, crypto funds, they are holding Bitcoin for a long term, and also they are managing clients' funds and investing in crypto. Here are the corporates like like MicroStrategy, Tesla, and My2, and other Asian, European, American corporations that buying Bitcoin and putting Bitcoin in their balance sheet. And then we have the retail whales, the big investors, some family offices, or some wealthy guys or retail guys. And we have the retail buyers. They are more emotional, and they are driven by FOMO, that Dogecoin and other new coins and pumping the price, or some celebrity posting something about this coin, and they are buying up this coin. And also we see the leverage speculators that they are using leverage, but they are not a professional traders. And then most of these leverage speculators and retail investors were swiped out from the market, and from their weak hands, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies just moved to strong hands. So this is a quite interesting chart to check out. So, okay, now let's check what's happening with Bitcoin. So here is this week of reaccumulation, and what's happened here, whales and big investors just bought up big amounts of Bitcoins here, and here started to create some FOMO and some good news, and more retail people came out, and they started to sell, as I showed you on the chart. And then they started to sell these coins that they purchase on a lower price to retail investors. And also there is a rumor that or some news that this dump was directly organized, and they wanted to liquidate a few big players from the market. And now this week of reaccumulation, that these guys purchased Bitcoin here, sold here, and now hopefully, or we'll see, they are starting repurchasing and reaccumulating here. So that is why we are calling this pattern week of reaccumulation pattern. Now we do have 1 day in green. So after more than 10 days or a week, we have 1 day green, and it seems to be on the 4-hour chart that Bitcoin broke this trend line, and maybe now starting to retest this trend line, and we'll see if Bitcoin, if we'll bounce here, then we can see a really nice run up to 42,000. I think to consider opening a long position, it would be more confidential to open it at 42,000 with the stop loss at 40,000 or 41,000. And then from here, we will have two resistance at 44 and 47, and yeah, at 50. But the target of this movement would be around 52,000. But first of all, we have to be sure that Bitcoin will not broke this trend line. If Bitcoin would broke this trend line and retest 30,000, it would be a bad sign somehow for the market. So also we see that maybe Ethereum it's a little bit stronger. Yesterday it was quite strong, and also Ethereum increased against Bitcoin really nicely, and but also Ethereum needs some momentum and staying about 2,500, so 2,500. So then we can just target 3,000 from here, but should stay about 2,500 or 2,500. Yeah. So most of the altcoins are in red. Some, just few of them, just pumping. Maybe they haven't pumped yesterday, and now they are just pumping a little bit. I think that what Matic did yesterday, it was quite cool. Matic has this huge run up and this huge drop, and then made almost 100% pump from here, and now it's consolidating. Also, you can check CorionX here. So now we do have this downtrend. Now, hopefully, we will bottoming out here. And also, we are working on to release few new services, but maybe it's better to wait when come out with the new services when the market is more healthy and the dump is over. We are using CorionX to encourage people using cryptocurrency. You can stake CorionX with 2.5% staking reward quarterly, and also we will come out with some DeFi, yield farming, decentralized exchange solution, and you can purchase CorionX on Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and 3-4 other centralized exchanges. So I think the yield farming stuff and the interoperability with other bridges will be really nice services that our users will enjoy. So you can visit our website, corion.io, and now also we will restructure the website and putting here the new applications that we are getting ready and we are launching. But make sure to just sign up and also follow us in social media, so you can follow different Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and all other social media. Join our Telegram channel, and also you can read our blog. There are some nice articles. Here's an article about the Binance Smart Chain, about the smart contract details, and all other stuff that it's really useful when you are trading or staking CorionX. So hope you like this, and just be careful out there on the market. Maybe the dump is not over yet. The first mover is absolutely Bitcoin. So we will see how Bitcoin reacts and how to consolidate about 36,000 and go from here. And also just take a look on Ethereum and other smart contracts that hopefully they will leading the market in the next couple of months. So thank you for being here. Thank you for smashing the like and subscribing and pushing the bell. Be sure just share it with your friends, and let's see you soon. See you tomorrow, actually. See you tomorrow.